forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 7.
You don't know. It's in some type of tubicle.
Hey, Abby, I wanted to apologize and say I'm sorry for calling you a fat person. You're a beautiful, intelligent woman. And though the grocery store may not take paper coupons anymore, they do digital coupons, so you got that going for you.
Okay, I'll apology accepted. Thank you.
Think about that.
Think about that.
What are we gonna do with the brains now? We're gonna grow them and then eat them.
Edmund, why did I just get a notification that you're live on YouTube?
Because I'm streaming this room onto YouTube.
Hi YouTube, what's up? Hi YouTube. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to Diamond Spooner. And if you want,
you're so
Telegram,
good.
subscribe to the first solution. The first solution.
She's chilling.
I had a dream last night. Allah and Muhammad came to me in a vision at midnight as I was sleeping, and the moon was shining. I saw Princessia in a burqa. She was in my kitchen with 3 other wives, and they were cooking all of us. They were cooking me and our 8 children dinner, and I was the happiest Muslim in the world. It may sound strange, Princessia, but it was a magnificent vision of the Prophet.
That's fine.
So what is
You only saw it back, right?
what's NNWP?
Nigga, white power.
Please, I have to don't say those terrible words. That is terrible. I'm reporting this room and I'm reporting you.
That's fine.
Who is a fed, by the way?
Who's a fed?
He's a skinny vet. Fed.
Wait, I thought you said fed.
No, that's
Think about that.
Think about that.
Think about that.
I'm confused. Why is she in here? She's trying to sleep. Oh,
Who, Princessia?
yeah.
Well, some people some people don't have jobs. This is how not sleeping works, okay? You don't have a job, so you're on Clown House till 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, till you finally gotta pass out. Then you go to sleep for a couple hours. Then the sunlight comes up, and then you're like, "Fuck, I can't sleep. What the fuck is wrong with me?" This is where you have to realize that your cell phone is hypnotizing you, and that it is your worst enemy, and you are your own worst enemy. And I came to this conclusion as I was making love to a beautiful girl from Guatemala. And I said to her, your cell phone is like a genie bottle, and you're like the genie who's magically out the bottle. And so what that is your cell phone is a prison because the word cell. So it's a prison, and when you're out of it, you want to do your damnedest to stay out of prison. And not go back into the genie bottle. That means you're a magic genie, which is incredible because my mom's name is Jeannie, and man, let me tell you, if that bitch can be a millionaire, miracles do happen.
That's fine. Docs.
Who is the millionaire?
My mama, the genie, the queen genie. And her name is Jeannie. She did it in real estate. She did it by buying and selling houses over 20 years, 30 years.
Why don't you do that?
She also did it in the stock market. She's been buying stocks. And my great grandfather, when he died, he was worth many, many millions, and it was all because of the stock market. He's been buying stocks since 1940, and he's dead now, but he was literally buying stocks for 50 years. And it made him extraordinarily wealthy, but he never even spent the money. He lived like he was in poverty, and he was a multi-millionaire. His house was like the most run-down shanty house you've ever seen. And now that house is worth like $1.5 million. David Bobadilla, welcome to the room. I love the new backpack in the PTR. It reminds me of you every time when I see it.
That's not him, right?
No, of course not. He's uglier than that.
That's not nice. That's not nice.
Have you seen David? Have you heard the way he speaks when he's drunk on fucking Jack Daniels? Just imagine how ugly he is if he can't even say anything and he just drools at the mouth.
I'm not gonna
I
answer
can't
that.
tell if that's the guy from Gucci that did the crazy line, Alessandro, whatever.
David, you don't have to answer that.
Well, listen, the truth is always going to come out.
Thank you, Lou. Yes,
David, do you agree that the truth will always come out? Think about that.
I mean, the truth will set you free, right?
The truth will set you free. It's true. But what is more powerful, the lips and the spoken word, or the pen and the law?
Well, I always was told that the pen is higher than the sword, right?
Think about that.
That's right.
But what does the pen represent?
Keegan!
David, do you know what NNWP stands for?
I know what NWO stands for.
What does that stand for?
Right? NWO? Yeah, that's close.
What does NWA stand for, David?
I'm not gonna say.
Well,
Where's Keegan? I don't see him in here. Oh, there he is.
today is a very interesting day. I've decided to take action. I'm no longer just going to record everyone here on Clown House, but I have officially undocked the plastic cap from my pen and I have officially been accepted into the bar. I am now an attorney, and I want to congratulate myself in the same way that Diddy. My customers and my loyal clients are calling the law firm. They're very upset right now because we've taken action.
You'll be like McZed, a lawyer.
He said, "Oh,
I do factoring. They're called bad loans. My name is McZed. I'm an attorney in the state of New York City. And if you've taken a loan out and you feel that you've been taken advantage of, call the law offices of McZed and McZed. We will soon become priests in the coming tabernacle temple in Jerusalem in Jerusalem. And, they're calling it. Oh, my attorney's calling. Hold on.
Hello, Ken. How are you, sir?
Hey, John, returning your call.
Oh, how are you feeling today? Are you on the mend and the up and up?
Well, little better. I still have a back problem.
Well, Ken, what you're experiencing is very common. You have to make every effort to do some physical therapy and keep breathing as much as possible.
I am. Believe me, I am.
Okay, keep fighting like hell because I'm fighting over here. I just texted. You want to hear what I texted my former employer?
Yeah.
I wrote, "Good morning, Tamika and Adam. 10/1/24 suspension notification received. I am appealing this suspension and requesting a meeting with the union and senior management. Additionally, I'll be filing a complaint with the National Labor Relations Board as well as sending my laptop and cell phone to my federal employment attorney in DC, where I will be pursuing damages against the agency for sexual harassment. You called me a man whore at Potbelly's restaurant in front of coworker. Lost wages, toxic work environment, severe emotional distress, fear and intimidation. Additionally, I will be filing a whistleblower complaint. Please let me know your mailing address, where to send you legal correspondence, and the best time to speak with management and the union."
Good.
Thank you. I thought you'd be proud. So I'm fighting over here. I need you to fight in the hospital for yourself, Ken. Take the best care of yourself and keep breathing. Don't stop breathing.
I try not to, John. Thank you.
Fight like hell. God bless you.
Thanks for the call.
Okay, I love you, Ken. Take care. So that's my attorney. He's in the hospital. He's dying right now. He says he's got COVID, but he's physically very, very ill.
He says he has COVID.
He says don't visit me in the hospital because of COVID. I'm like, Ken. I'm like, you got bigger problems.
Really got COVID.
COVID is a scam. This is all just for billing practices. It has nothing to do with reality. This is all just billing line items.
That's right.
I mean, you should got your booster.
So what'd you think about my legal correspondence?
Did they really call you a man whore?
Yeah.
I mean, I think you should have asked McZed how to write that, because I think he would have done a better job.
You might be right, but either way, that's after one cup of coffee, and I ain't got to wait all day long on McZed. The thing is, if you are tough, you got to talk tough. These lawyers are just straight to the point, and they're very threatening. Lawyers just threaten, and it's all just bluster. It's all just intimidation.
Beta.
They've got to position. If you want to win, you got to position yourself as the alpha.
Are you trying to keep your job, or are you trying to get damages?
I'm trying to collect the money that they owe me for the time that I put in, because they owe me all the vacation time, all the sick leave time. They owe me damages for the sexual harassment, loss of work opportunity. There's so many factors that go into determining a final number, and it's got to be at least 125,000.
Well, 125 is not that much.
It's not much at all, and I feel like that's a very fair settlement, because I see the settlements that come out of the agency, and I mean, do you know how much the Congress has paid out to sexual harassment just at Capitol Hill? Fucking did you see that slush fund that they're trying to appeal because it's a private slush fund to settle sexual harassment claims? So I want what I'm owed, and until I get what I'm owed, I will not stop pursuing legal damages. Yeah, my manager called me a man whore in front of a coworker at a restaurant as I watched them stuff themselves with salami sandwiches.
Did anyone touch you inappropriately?
No, but there's more sexual harassment than just that. There's plenty of sexual harassment.
But were you hired to be a man whore?
I don't care. When a 300-pound ADOS calls me a man whore at work, we got a problem. There's a problem here.
Can I be honest, Adrian? If I can be honest here, I believe that women have ruled the workforce. This is why we have HR. That seems like a joke that person said, and you're taking it very
That's right.
personally and offensive.
It's not a joke. If I were to call her, it's not a joke, sir. If I were to call her a whore in the be quiet. If I were to call a coworker a whore in the workplace, that is sexual harassment. When you call me a whore in the workplace, that's called sexual harassment.
That's right.
Well, again,
On the record, too, they gotta play.
You gotta man
Listen, Keegan, you don't even have a job to complain about being called a whore. You're just a whore in the real world.
right now.
He's a farmer. He's a farmer. He has a job.
You are?
But real quick, I am a farmer, but that's not my actual day-to-day job. I have an actual day-to-day job.
You're a teacher, I bet.
No, I'm a mechanic. But
A car mechanic?
I'm a car mechanic, yes, sir.
So if you have a lot of questions about that, because I did have a question to Keegan. Right?
Wait, I got a question. I got a question for you. My front bulb in my car went out, and I bought the replacement bulb. Should I just take it to a local mechanic to have him switch out the bulb, or do I need to replace the whole thing in the front of the car?
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's actually the control unit that's the problem, but if it's just
Also, my door lock sometimes won't close. It's getting very old, and the WD-40 didn't work. Do I really got to take the whole door off to try to fix it?
Well, a door panel is actually really easy to take off. It's a really easy. I actually think, Adrian, that you can do it, especially if you're just replacing a bulb, right? It's not an LED light. Yeah, you should have a problem replacing your own bulb. There's probably some YouTube video.
Yeah,
of you
replace
doing it that you
your own
watch.
bulb, man. Come on, let's go.
America, it says that you're a Jew. Are you the type of Jew like Zach Glenn?
Oh, wow, yes, I am. You know Zach well. I know Zach, yes. Yeah, but I'm a Jew like Zach, yes.
What?
Danny, are you also a Jew? Like Zach and I?
No.
Why do you
He's a
not
real
believe?
Jew. He's not.
You don't believe in the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ?
Appealing the suspension.
I believe
Testing
in
meeting with
Jesus.
NTU Chapter 10. Additionally, we filed a complaint with the National Labor Relations Board while saying my laptop and cell phone to my federal employment attorney PC where we're pursuing damages against the IRS for sexual harassment. He called me a man whore at Potbelly's restaurant in front of co-worker. Lost wages, toxic work environment, severe emotional distress, severe intimidation. Additionally, I'll be filing a whistleblower complaint. Please let me know mailing address where to send you legal correspondence and the best time to speak with IRS management and NTU. Best chance for that.
No, I would say. Point. If you call a woman a whore, you're gonna get fired and sexual harassment. Why does a woman get to call you a whore?
Exactly. Nobody gets to call a veteran a whore at Potbelly's and get away with it.
Because a man being a whore is not a bad thing, but a woman.
See, this is the problem with words. You think that putting the word man in front of the word whore makes saying the word whore to another human being okay. And this is where the jury is going to side with the guy who can say the word whore. Because when you call me a whore, you're making me very angry. And I controlled my anger, but now I'm pursuing legal damages.
Now, Adrian, can you give context? Like, are you someone who does really well with the women?
That's irrelevant.
It does, well, listen, I do well with everyone until I'm called a whore.
Whoa.
Yeah, okay, let me repeat again what I was called at the workplace. A whore. Am I a whore? No, I'm not a whore. I am a man talking with a lawyer saying you called me a whore. I'm not your whore. I'm sorry, madam. I'm not a fucking whore, despite the fact that you may think I'm a fucking whore. And I've never called you a whore. Have I ever called you a whore? Are you a whore?
Well, you did. You did call
Calm
me
down.
2 minutes ago.
You did, yeah, you did call Keegan the W word.
America.
Fragile male ego. I don't go around calling women whores at the office. I'm sorry.
You should apologize to Keegan.
I'm expecting an apology from my manager. If she says I'm sorry for calling you a whore, then I will consider dropping the lawsuit.
If someone called you a man whore, it sounds like you'd be okay with it. But what if they called you a man
Yeah.
whore in front of your wife?
Or a coworker insulted you and shamed you in front of a coworker by calling you a whore.
I would be just fine with it.
I mean, Lou,
If they
it
called
might,
you a man whore in front of your wife?
it might turn them on. You never know. You never know.
You know what?
So here's a story, guys, that just happened to my brother-in-law. He's a nurse, he's a male nurse.
That's
Also
awesome.
the funniest thing. But he
Is he a W
Good
word?
morning, Tamika. An item suspension notification received. I'm appealing the suspension and requesting a meeting with NTU Chapter 10 and FMSS management. Additionally, we filed a complaint with the National Labor Relations Board. As well as sending my laptop and cell to my federal employment attorney PC. We'll be pursuing damages against the IRS for sexual harassment. He told me a man whore at Potbelly's restaurant in front of co-worker.
And so, his coworker, who's
Lost
also
wages, toxic work environment, severe emotional distress, fear, and intimidation.
Yeah.
Additionally, we filed a whistleblower complaint. Please let me know mailing address where to send you legal correspondence and the best time to speak with IRS management and NTU.
intense. The guy ended up going to jail. And so we were having a discussion this weekend. We had a family get together, and my brother-in-law was like, "What would you do here, Keegan?" And I was like, I definitely wouldn't fight a man over some words. I was like, this is like the problem that we have now is over to anger when anger should not be used. And I would say this to Adrian as well. Adrian, you're full of vengeance, full of revenge over.
After the advisory opinion, but some countries may or may not feel that they are.
Awakening that you can have, that words that and this is a great. Sticks and stones may break my bones,
But
but words will never hurt me.
but niggers can't.
With guns.
That's very admirable, Keegan. Like, I would never.
Well, listen, David, please, you're not going to say anything
I would
meaningful.
never make fun of you in person, but if I did, it's good to know that you wouldn't punch me. I like that.
Yeah, it's not.
Well, I wouldn't punch you either, David. I would just.
It takes a bigger man to like walk away from.
But David, I'm not going to make fun of you in the real world, and I'm not going to punch you in the real world. This is a work situation, and this guy's a mechanic. He doesn't have to deal with corporate politics or federal politics. He has no idea what he's up against. And I'm telling you that I have been working for the federal government since 2001.
He has to
No,
deal with
2002.
he has to deal with the higher ups at Daimler Chrysler and Stellantis.
He's got to deal with angry customers that don't want to pay $900 for a brake replacement. Okay, that's what he's got to deal with. I know what it's like to be a mechanic. You got to make 100 there, 200 there. It's expensive work. It's a service. But when a coworker calls you a whore at a federal work site, and a coworker, a senior management executive official, is calling their subordinates whores, and he's a veteran, you got a fucking problem on your hands.
I can't replace the brakes in my car, so thank God for people like Keegan who can do stuff like that.
Thank God for the trades.
That's right.
Look, Adrian, I support you 100%.
Wow.
I support you.
You guys are complaining about the feminist bullshit, which I agree with. But then when you have an opportunity to strike back in a situation like this, you're like, nah, it's fine. It's not a big deal.
Well, where's our principle then, right?
Principle is don't call people whores unless. No, I didn't say that.
Maybe Mr. Belding.
What?
You said principal? Like a principal of high school?
That's right. That's right.
Was it a very endearing way that he called you a man whore?
Yeah, maybe it was like you get a lot of girls, so you must be a W.
It's not a man. It's a 300-pound ADOS.
I don't know what an ADOS is.
Do you know what the N word is? Do you know what the N word is? You know what that is, right?
That's a very horrible. I think you got him back.
I heard Keegan using the N-word yesterday.
Oh, good job, Keegan.
Why is David lying? David, you know better.
Keegan, do you know what NNWP stands for?
NNWP.
Nigger, white power.
I think that's very, yeah.
Wait, no comment? No comment?
It reminds you of that.
Listen, I want to denounce NNWP and anybody who says that on my YouTube channel, okay? I'm not associated with any of you neo-Nazi pieces of trash. Just because I happen to come on a social audio chat app and you exist does not mean I am associated with you, endorse your ideas, or repeat your ideas, or have any sentiment whatsoever with white supremacy and neo-Nazi pieces of shit like yourselves. That's just my opinion.
Your presence in this room means you endorse it.
Yeah.
Again, I do not endorse any of your bullshit. This is a freedom of speech app. You're free to embarrass yourself and get yourself recorded saying all kinds of despicable things. That's your choice, not mine.
Or your choice is
Yeah.
to either.
Yeah. You know.
I mean, Keegan has a rainbow in his profile, so he can't be a bad guy.
Yeah, and I'm a Jew, so I can't, again, can't do that.
Happy New Year.
Listen, I would like to read a poem because I am in a very heightened state of anxiety and stress at this moment.
Keegan, you should have said Muslim.
Yes, me too. My in-laws are coming for my birthday. Isn't that a great present?
You know, Danny, I think you're a very nice person, Danny, and I think everybody loves you, and so everything will be fine, Danny.
Nobody loves me.
Okay, Danny.
But I love me.
Danny, people like your personality. Okay, this is called Sun and Sky.
Wow.
This is a hypnosis. Take the deepest breath of the day. This is a self-hypnosis.
Oh, can we mute up?
No.
Take him
Ape is gonna let me do this. I know, because he knows I'm stressed. This is a short one. Okay, this is called Sun and Sky. Here we go. Sit with lovers and choose their state. Do not stay long with those who are not living in the heart. There is one who shines inside the face, whose hair grows with the world, whose eyes recognize you, whose body is all honey and milk, who holds absolute beauty in an embrace, full morning without a dawn, essence without attributes, living without grief, twilight with no dark streaks in it. How can this be? Can the sun burrow light from the sky? Can a rose smell like jasmine? Be a fish in this ocean, speechless. I will whisper the answer in your ear. Do not tell anyone. In tabrets, the one named Shams. Okay, this poem is called A Mystic and a Drunk. The universe turns on an axis. Let my soul circle around a table like a beggar, like a planet rolling in the vast, totally helpless and free. The knight and the castle move jaggedly across the chessboard, but they are actually centered on the king. They circle. If love is your center, a ring gets put on your finger. Something inside the moth is made of fire. A mystic touches the annihilating tip of pure nothing. A drunkard thinks peeing is absolution. Lord, take these impurities from me. The Lord replies, first, understand the nature of impurity. If your key is bent, the lock will not open. I fall silent. King Shams has come. Always when I close, he opens. Ding!
Yeah, he overtalked. I mean, that's what Jeff does. Like, he doesn't like, he overtalks. He just like doesn't allow that person to continue on.
Okay, see, that was called a poem. You guys have no ears, no patience. You may think I'm a retard schizophrenic, but you can't even listen to beautiful poetry and appreciate someone who's reading something intelligent because you guys want to get your dopamine feedback off. And I get that. And I'm not angry with you. I'm just trying to describe the situation because if you're doing that here, you're probably also doing that off of this app. And so thus, you guys need to use your ears and go silent. And you didn't even listen to the poem, which actually talks about going silent. So no meditation, know thyself. Thank you, Ape, for allowing me to do this, even though these guys have no patience and they're just chatterboxes like myself. God bless you all. Health, wealth, love, peace of mind, happiness, and strength. Stay strong, move fast.
He's talking about Keegan behind his back, and he's talking about it. That's all.
Yes, yeah, that's good, and I appreciate you for that. And I'll do the same, David. But I never actually heard anyone say a negative thing about David before.
And it's not often that I hear negative things about Keegan when he's not around. But, you know, actually, the only time in Jewish Clubhouse, the only time I ever heard someone say Keegan right there.
I'm gonna have to tell Issa about that. Make sure she knows that I don't approve.
Well, Issa was in the room, but, you know, she wasn't participating in the Keegan A.
Because Issa says that she enjoys me. That's all that matters. That's why I go to her first. She says, I don't mind you, Keegan.
But, you know,